Everybody, welcome to Cats Creations group, private group, Sunday, where I'm going to teach you how to make something incredibly amazing, super simple, cost effective. You guys could probably find your supplies for a lot less. You may have them already on hand. It's entirely up to you. What are you doing?
Just don't have it.
What did you drop? Oh. Okay, so what I'm going to show you guys how to make today is a holiday topiary ribbon tree. So, don't know if you guys have seen these or not, but let me move this one here. This is what we're making, but we're not making Halloween. I just made the Halloween one because Halloween's coming up and I needed to kind of do a sample before the live so I knew how to do it. So this is super simple. You can make them for any holiday. These would make for great birthday gifts. You could totally take these and turn the ribbons into dollar bills. You can make it a money tree. Lots of different uses. So I'm going to show you how to put this one together. We're doing an Americana one today for all the patriotic stuff. But these would be super cute to put on your crafting table when you guys are doing your craft fairs, so that people can take them and take them with them, and then you don't have to ship them. The going price for these on Etsy right now are between $30 and $40 plus shipping. I think the cheapest shipping I've found was $12. I don't know how they're shipping it, but they ship it in 2 pieces. So they basically take the stick out of the bucket and then ship it, and then the customer puts the stick back into the bucket when they're done. So I hope you guys like these. I think it turned out really good. So I will show you guys what we're going to go through. I picked up all my supplies at Hobby Lobby. You could probably get your supplies at Dollar Tree because I know Dollar Tree sells stuff for a lot less. But Hobby Lobby in the spring shop, with their spring stuff being on sale, has the painted buckets already, so you don't need to paint them, and they come in a wide variety of colors. I bought the black one because I knew I wanted to do a Halloween one. They're $5.99, so at 50% off, it's $3 for the bucket. Once again, I'm using just recycled floral foam that I have. This one would not be the one that you would use. You'd want to get the dry, the crunchy one, not the soft one that you wet. What else? Or you could use gaps and cracks, so you can fill your whole pot to the level that you want, and then you would just stick your gaps and cracks in it. So there's so many different things that you can do with them. Like, we thought about this after the fact. This one's going to Kaylee. So I'm going to make her 2 so they go on each end of her mantle or wherever she wants them, so they come in a pair. But she's going to add little tombstones to the bottom and add little zombie people in here. But you could totally take the peat moss out, or you can leave the peat moss in, spray paint it black to make it more Halloween-esque. Or you could take this out and fill it with candy corn and pumpkins, and that would be super cute for Halloween. So that would make a great gift for somebody at the office as well. So hope you guys are excited. Do we have people joining us?
Yeah, Gail, Sandra, Faith, Kathy Nonclerc, Wilhelmine, Audrey, Sandra, Karen Cobb. Hi, Karen from Alberta.
Hi.
Hi, Shelley, Nancy Kornichuk, Carol, Sandra Ferry, Tony, Thomas, and Stormy so far.
Okay, so
Cat Butcher.
what you need: a bucket. This is a 6-inch bucket, so it's 6 inches tall. So like I said, you can get that at Hobby Lobby. They also have these things too, so it's like a painted pot. This one was $3.99, so 50% off. This is $2. Again, you can stick your gaps and cracks in it because it's cheaper than the foam. Or you could put your styrofoam foam in and glue it to the bottom. I'm not gluing any of mine just yet because they're not going to be permanent. Number one, this is just a temporary. I had it around, so we're using it today. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. This is a 5.7 inch, basically a 6 inch if you round it correctly, ball. You don't want your ball to be bigger than your pot, because I think we were going to go with like an 8-inch ball, and it just looked really out of proportion. Like it was way bigger than the pot, and I'm thinking, unless you weight that down, it's going to tip. So keeping it to where it's relatively the same size as your pot won't make it so susceptible to tipping. You will need straight pins. I prefer the ones with the little balls on the end. Walmart sells these in the little flower flip up containers, and I think there's like 350. I have the little thing. I want to say it's 300 pins per this little thing, and it's roughly about $3. So I like the ones with the balls. They save your hands a little bit. I don't know, so we're going to figure this out through the live, how many pieces of ribbon you need. Because I just started that one, and I just had like 4 or 5 different rolls out, and I was just cutting them and pinning it, and I was like, I didn't count how many I used. So I made a whole bunch of bundles of 10 and bundles of 20. I have all these calculated, so based on what we use, based on how you like your layout, these are 1.5-inch ribbon cut to 4.5-inch pieces. So I'm gonna do the Americana look. So I have the tan and burgundy check. I have the red, white, and blue stripe. I have the tan with the blue stars. I have tan with red stars. I have a burgundy and tan gingham. Let's see what else we have. I'm trying to keep them all separate, so when I go to grab them. We have navy with polka dots. We have the stars and stripes. And then, of course, we have this one. So the first thing you're going to want to do is decide if you want to spray paint your ball or not. For the Halloween one, I had Steve spray paint my ball black just because I wasn't sure if it was going to show through. And it really doesn't. It just depends on how you lay your ribbons. And then spray your dowel. You will need a 1/2-inch round dowel. Steve was nice enough, he cut them and then made them go to a point, so it's easier to stick them in the ball, and then also to stick it in the base, and then he spray painted these. So I want to say it was $1.29 at Hobby Lobby yesterday.
For a 3-foot piece.
For, yes, a 3-foot piece. So originally he cut them in half, and then when I did that one, it was a little too long, so I had him cut them down. So the total measurement on this is 14.5 inches. So just spray paint it to kind of color coordinate whatever you want to do. And the first thing you're going to want to do is take your stick and stick it into the end of the ball. I did this after I added my ribbon, and then because you have to put so much force holding this and then pushing this through, I flattened all the ribbon where my hand was, which is another good reason for wired ribbon. So you're just going to kind of push this in, and you can push it in however length, you know, however you want it. You could pull it out and glue it. You could add your glue and kind of attach it if you want to make it more permanent. But if you're going to ship this, you'll want to glue it into the ball, but don't glue it into the base. So this way the customer would just take this and stick this right into their base when it ships, because then it's easier to ship it like this with all the ribbon on it than to try to, you know, calculate how big of a box and all your extra padding and stuff. So this is what we're going to be doing. And so all you're going to do is take your 4.5-inch pieces. You're gonna take them and make little coils like so. First, I started off with 1 pin, and about 3 rows into it, I decided it needed a pin on each side, just because little parts of it were kind of popping up, like the corners, or sometimes the ribbon would readjust around the pin. So you can get them white, you can get them no color. It won't matter, you won't really see them. So you're just gonna secure both ends to your ball. So like I said, I figured out we need them on both sides. So just like that. And then you're gonna pick your next color. So we're gonna take the blue, and this is gonna be totally up to you. What you want to do is alternate the direction of your ribbon as you go down. So the first one, I kind of faced this way, and then the side one, I'm turning to the side. So this is this way, this is this way, and then that kind of helps create that pattern on your ball. Not necessary, you don't have to do it that way. There's a couple of them on my Halloween ball where there's 3 or 4 that are going in the same direction, but it just makes for a nicer piece. And I try to get them as close to each other as possible when you're starting. And this is why wired ribbon is great. This is also a great use for all that extra ribbon that now I'm kicking myself I threw away, because we had all these extra pieces of 1/2-inch ribbon or 10-inch ribbon that I could have cut them all down and reused them for something like this.
Diane, it's a good question. You probably could.
What's that?
She said, could you staple the ribbon and the coil prior to pinning it to the ball? So you might be able to get a stapler in there and staple
You
it in
could.
there. Yeah.
That would be a great thing. I thought about just hot gluing it, put a little dab of hot glue on it to keep it from rotating around. Like I said, it was something I saw. It was on the Hallmark Channel, believe it or not. Somebody had made one on the Hallmark Channel, so I was like, oh, that looks interesting. It looks super simple. It looks way cool when it's finished. It doesn't look so cool when you're just starting out, because you're like, I can see all those pinheads.
Yeah, right now it looks like a female head with curlers in it.
Curlers in it, right? Yes. So I'm just going just like so. And then you're going to completely fill. And you can just alternate the patterns of your ribbon. When I did the Halloween, it was easy just to kind of keep it black, orange, and white. So again, great use for extra ribbon, because I had a lot of ribbon that had been opened, and instead of chucking it, I just cut random pieces with it and poked them. That one came out. I tried to push them in there a little bit far. So now I'm just kind of going around and adding extra to our ball. So yeah, you probably could staple it. I'm like thinking, yeah, you probably could. So again, you kind of want to do opposite directions to give them the best possible look. And it was easier before I stuck my stick in, because I would just set it on the pot and then just go all the way around the pot, and the pot was my little holder.
We still could. You just have to stick off to the side.
Yeah, but it's just kind of like that, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll just keep alternating patterns and colors. It's something fun to do while you're sitting at home. Like I said, you just sit here and you cut a whole bunch of your ribbon. I'm trying to make sure I have all the colors that I've pulled out before I start alternating and going back with the same colors. And try not to put same colors next to same colors.
Cheryl said, clever idea. What a treat tonight.
Well, remember we did something similar, but we did it on the cones for Christmas, and we made the ribbon trees. So this is a little bit different. We're just kind of mixing it up. So I'm just kind of alternating my patterns. And just like when we did the ribbon tree, it was easier to secure them in place when we used 2 pins than when we did 1. And then if you find super small places where it's like it doesn't fit flush, you can go ahead and alter your loops and make them a tad smaller if you need to fit them into a smaller spot, especially as you get towards the bottom. We'll do blue, not blue. We'll do this one because I didn't want to put 2 stars together. But I try to pack them in there pretty close to each other. But at some point they'll start to get just slightly off. And now we can add this one. I could not believe I didn't really have much 1.5" patriotic left. I'm actually almost out, which is good, because that means for next year I'll have plenty. Okay, so I'm like, oh, what do I need to do? So I'm gonna push this one in. And try not to stab yourself with the pins. Done that a time or 2 today.
And she'll have the material list out for this later after the video.
Once I know how many pieces of ribbon you'll need to cut, because that'll definitely help you out quite a bit. Let's see, we don't want to go the same direction. So I'm just going to keep going around. And then we'll do one of these.
Stella, yeah, you can spray paint it. If you didn't hear her on the beginning of the video, she did a Halloween one, and we already painted the styrofoam ball black.
Yes.
With the flat black. Yeah, it came out great.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy, yeah, all the ribbons are 1.5".
Yep.
But she might add some little, like 7/8 inch tails.
Little streamers.
Little streamers,
yeah, like
yeah.
what I did on the
Yeah, they can't see it.
yeah, I'll pull it back. Let me go ahead and just see how this one's like. It's hard to kind of sometimes keep your patterns going, because at some point they get off of the original line you have going, and then you just kind of have to backfill as you go. Okay. So as you can see, I butt them right up next to the other one, pretty close. I kind of put my pins in a little bit of an angle. We'll do our blue. Okay. Sometimes I look at them and I'm like, wow, how did I do that? It's like you want to pull it close to you to put your pins in. And this is where if you keep all of your ribbons the same dimension, then it's super easy to kind of cover your ball, because you're always going to make your loops about the same. There's just a slight overlap.
Still looks like a woman with curlers on.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's cute looking. No, it's funny.
I'm sorry. Pretty soon her whole head will be filled with curlers. And I think you can even get like the bald, like I know you can get all white so that you can break up some of that pattern. See, yeah, that one's right. See how these kind of get off a little bit here? Because then you have them both going in the same direction. This one should actually go up and down this way. But then it's the same as the other one. Who knows? I don't know. I had it the right way. There we go. So yeah,
I'm sure you'll probably have to refluff right after you get it all done.
Yes, I do. I fluff. Well, I fluff as, like once I get to the bottom, it's kind of hard not to smush the ones you have on the top.
Yeah.
So yeah, you will have to refluff a little bit, which is, all you have to do is just kind of put your finger in and just lift them up a little bit. But this will be super cute. Finally, finding a use for all the leftover ribbon, right? I mean, you can pull out red and white and blue if you want from the assorted thing. So you can see some of them are kind of...
Yeah, you could even have fun with it and do like just a red, white, and blue, and you could have red on top, white in the middle, and blue on the bottom.
It'd be kind of hard because then it's like, I don't know, you get lost at some point. So you just want to keep them as close to them as possible. And I'm not so much worried about the little spaces in between, because that's when you can come in with the little streamers and add little pops of additional color. Like if it's a little too big.
Yeah, Tony, that'd be interesting. You could probably do something like that. She said it would help if you put the doweling in a soda bottle to work around it. You'd have to weight the soda bottle though, so
yeah,
you'd have to have sand or something in it.
That's the whole thing, right? It's like, it's a balance and knowing, okay, where do I go from here?
Right. Or I guess you kind of could have stuck it in the styrofoam in the bucket and then just worked off of it.
I could have.
Off the base.
I definitely could have.
So yeah, guys, there's definitely room for you guys to
Make it your own.
Make it your own.
Figure out a way that works better for you. I mean, there's so many times when I was doing it the first time, I was like pulling out my ribbon, repinning things. That one, my pin slid down. It's actually right here. There we go. So I'm just kind of working around the same existing piece of whatever I have. So I'm trying to think how long this took me, but when I did I can't judge it based on the Halloween one, because I was cutting ribbon as I went. Like I would cut 2 pieces off of each ribbon roll, and then I would pin it, and then I'd cut 2 more pieces off of each roll, and that's where I was like, oh, I didn't even count how many I have. Well, what do you guys think so far? I mean, do you think it's easy enough that you could replicate this pretty easily?
I think so. I mean, I think I could. So if I know if I could, I'm sure the gals here could. Karen said it looks like it could be hair, just add a face.
Right.
Deborah said the same thing. I thought the same thing. Karen looks like she has curly hair. Yeah.
She does. Poor thing.
Well, it looks like their curlers are in.
Yeah, right, like her face. This could be a really long nose.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that one goes this way. Like, seems to go this way. It's just sometimes trying to keep it tight enough so I can push it down and get a pin in.
Yeah, Cheryl, right? She said, seems sort of pretty simple, just need patience with the pinning. That's it.
Well, I think once you get the majority of it, then it kind of goes a little bit quicker. I think it's just knowing, okay, which ones do I want to place where? Like, what color do you want to put in next?
Right.
That's why I think the Halloween one, it was hard because I was like, okay, I already used the pattern here and then I used the pattern there and like, what am I going to do?
And obviously, if you want to make a pair of these, you know, you have to do the same.
They don't have to be exactly the same.
No,
It's
yeah.
just the same ribbon used.
Mm-hmm.
And see how this one in here is going to get a little tight. So for this, let's add the red stars. We can go a little bit tighter, so we can make it a tighter weave for this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really tiny. Maybe use again.
Huh? Has to go like in here, yeah. Good to put your finger in the pin thing to pull pins out. You like stab yourself.
So you just fit it in.
Yep, you just kind of squish it in there. And then you just keep going around the ribbon. Like we'll add the navy. It's kind of hard to keep the symmetry going all the way around because at some parts it's going to start to kind of, you'll go like this and then
Right.
it wouldn't matter
Due to
even
the
as
curve.
you get done. Yeah, it's going to curve somewhere kind of a little bit funky. Like, I'll try to put this one in here.
The only way to do it is really do one whole row all the way around, and then kind of
No, because
do
that's,
rows as you go in.
yeah, but at some point when you're getting them
Yeah.
to the center, they're going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So it doesn't. Let's do this one.
So there's no rhyme or reason as long as you alternate as best you can.
I try to keep them as far away as possible from one another. Like the ribbon patterns, colors. I'm trying. And of course, right where this is. But it's super simple, so this is the hardest part. Pinning all your ribbons on there. Because I'm really trying to get them to butt right up to the next ribbon. And sometimes that doesn't even happen until I get the pin in and then pushed it down. So, see, here's our lady with our curlers. So we're slowly building the back of her head with all of her rollers. So I'm just gonna lightly flip this over, and at some point it's gotta sit on the existing pins that you already have in place. So we have to finish this side and then we can hold it from the bottom and then hold it and actually pin.
Sandra asked, how many different patterns or colors of ribbon do you suggest to use?
It's entirely up to you what theme you want to do.
I think you used at least 5 on this one, didn't you?
No, I think I had 7 on this one.
7. Okay.
And then on the Halloween one, I only did 6.
So you can see what the Halloween one looks like as you do on this one.
Yeah, I'll move this out of the way. one you could just dump them because the pins don't play nice in the pin container. Huh? Oh, you move it and then you move it back.
Yeah. I think it's mostly it.
So I want to know how many of you are going to actually make one. Like I said, these will be super cute to put on your craft table if you're doing a craft fair. Go ahead and have this one right here. We'll add blue stars. Not like this. So you have this little gap in there now.
Cheryl said she will. Lorraine said she definitely will.
I can't wait to see
She
what.
just said the Halloween one is awesome.
I love the Halloween one. I want to make so many of those now because I just think that they'll do so well.
And it stands a good, probably 2.5 foot tall.
Well, yeah, because the dowel is 14.5 inches, but you push it in there quite a bit. But then you have a 6-inch pod. So I'm still trying to keep my lines going.
Center said it looks like you need weight at the bottom. Not that much because it's still so light on the top.
It's so incredibly light because all it is a styrofoam ball and just, you know, whatever you're putting on it as far as the ribbon, and even the ribbon is so lightweight. But yeah, you could weight it down if you're going to use it someplace.
Yeah. Could put beans or sand or something down the bottom.
You could.
Kathy, that'd be a great project for you to do with your grandchildren.
Yeah. Because you could just cut all your pieces.
Yeah, Sandra LaFair said I'd definitely try it. Judy said I will also. Stella says I would like to try one either for fall or Halloween. Yeah.
But imagine doing these like for money trees for like a birthday or graduation, and just do these as dollar bills. That would be cute. Because then it could be a mini topiary.
Yep.
So,
And Pat, apologies because I'm further away from the microphone, so Kat's closer.
oh, so
Because we're speaking away from the microphone. Yeah.
we are?
Yeah, the microphone's to the side.
Oh, okay. So,
Storm said I think pairs of these for fall would be great. Yeah, they would.
yes. And then you can fill them with all kinds of stuff. You can fill them with, you know, raffia. You can add little pumpkins to the bottom. You could even do these for like fairy gardens. Let's see, let's break that up. We'll get another blue in here. Let's see. We want to go.
Make it a little tighter.
Huh?
Make it a little tighter.
Yeah. There we go. Then we can add our
corn sticks said, I'm gonna try to make one. It really looks like it would be fun to do.
It is. Like I said, the only thing that I haven't discovered is how not to completely smush everything on one side.
Oh, Peggy, that's a good idea too.
What's that?
She said, like on the bucket, if it was a fall one, right, you could decoupage the side of the
Yes.
bucket with pumpkins or whatever you want to
Yes,
do.
you
That's a
could.
good idea, Peggy.
Or, yeah, you could do this with a pumpkin and just put your stick in with the pumpkin. Grab my pen.
Sure, yeah, Kat said she would ship it in 2 pieces.
That's
She'd
how
have-
everybody else is shipping it.
Yeah,
So
It'd
you
be the
take it
balls.
off the stick.
right.
The bucket by itself, and then just a little stick. And then they would just insert it when they got it there. Colors, colors, colors.
Tony said, Kat, I made a Christmas topiary with small balls from Dollar Tree. It turned out real nice.
That would be
That'd be
pretty.
cute too, yeah.
We want to go this way. It's just trying to remember seam side up, seam side down. Let's put some more navy in here.
That would be cute too, even if you did a fall one and on the actual stick, you could put hang a little scarecrow on it.
Yes. There's so many different things now with miniatures. I mean, we were coming up with more ideas even after we finished. When we were saying, oh, we could have added candy corn to this. Of course, candy corn isn't really in the stores yet,
Yeah.
but yeah, you could.
But that would also weight down the bottom.
Hmm?
That would also weight down the bottom.
Yes, it would. That it would. Go ahead and just finish this row. Add this one. See, we're finishing that column. So I'm trying to get the top and the sides all done. Let's do red. See if you need to squeeze one in, just squeeze it in. And now we'll come in with our nope. Keep looking at what ribbon's left, what ribbon's left. And I'll be able to tell you exactly how many ribbons it took by the time I calculate this. Oop, I don't need it this way, I need it to go the other way. Pull this one out. So does it still look like a lady with curlers? Or is it shaping
Not so
into
much, it's
something
shaping into
different?
something different, yeah.
Okay. So I'm just randomly picking just different patterns, colors. The better the ribbon, the nicer it works. Because I had some striped ribbon on the Halloween wreath, and I didn't like how it didn't have an awful lot of life to it. So it just kind of lay sideways. Good to go this way. Now I'm just kind of picking it up and moving it. I know it's out of focus, right?
Not really.
You can still see it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just slowly trying to flip it around. We're almost done. Look, this is all I have left. And as you get nearer to the bottom, oh my god, it's so much easier. Let's put this in next to that, and I'll break it because I had the stars and stripes a little too close. So I try to separate it by at least 2, if I can. push it in at the same time. So see what I'm saying? You can just put your fingers in and just lift the ribbon up. Let's do blue. Later. This is the most, like I said, time-consuming part of the whole ordeal. Just pushing and deciding what you want where. This. We're finishing up. Got our navy.
Kathy asked, how much would you charge for something like this?
I looked these up on Etsy before I started, and the average price for these was $30, not including shipping. So it would be entirely up to you how much ribbon you invest in. You know, are you going to add? I'm going to turn this one this way a little.
That's good because it's got a lower price point than in
Yes.
your shop.
Well, if you want to do it at your shop, I thought I would probably do these more for craft shows, but they would still fit in a fairly decent sized box. But I just thought they would look super cute on either side of someone's craft table. That was the look that I thought would just be super cute. Because when Kaylee saw it, she's like, you know, you need to make me two. I can't just have one. She's going to put them on either side, I think, of her fireplace. And I said they look cute on your mantle. Let's see what other colors. Let's do another one of these. So we're finishing at the bottom, believe it or not.
It's so funny because the topiary that I show in the camera, I can't show in the camera for the Halloween,
Yeah.
versus the one you're making, looks totally 3D weird.
Really?
The Halloween one, since it's so close to the camera, looks like it's twice as big as the other one.
Oh, okay.
But they're
it's
the same
not.
size.
Yes, they are. I swear, they're the same size.
Isn't that funny, girls, when you see the camera?
Just because of how the camera's positioned.
How close the Halloween one is to the camera.
Right. Let's put a blue here. Let's pop the navy back in there. See, your verticals, you can go a little bit narrower if you need to squeeze them into a smaller spot than as if you were going straight up, straight down. I have a tendency of putting the bottom one in first, because then I can kind of take it and stuff my pin in here. We're getting there. Let's do this one.
Seems like you have enough ribbon cut then.
More than enough ribbon. So I'll be able to figure this out really easy. I'm gonna tuck this in. Right here. Yes, I think I way overcut my ribbon. I just didn't want to be cutting ribbon on a leg. Nobody wants to see that. So just a couple more pieces at the bottom. Stick another pin in this one.
She'll go back and fluff it all up once she's done.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Ooh, I'm not gonna leave it like that. Let's see. Oop. Don't want to put red star with red star. Let's go ahead and add that. Let's go this way. So probably maybe 4 more pieces, and I think we're done. Didn't want to do that one. Let's do gingham.
So that's really not too bad. So from the time you start to the time you finish, it's about 35 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I probably have enough material cut to make 2. Squeeze one right in that spot. So I'm going to make this one a little thinner. Squeeze it in here.
It's beautiful. It's really old fashioned.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Now we'll fluff. So now all you have to do is just kind of put your fingers under your ribbon and just fluff the ones. If it got squished because it was laying down, you could take a pencil or a pen and fluff those up. But your whole point is to get it kind of basket weave looking. Up just like that. See, sometimes the pins like to work their way out.
Excuse me, now it kind of looks like a hot air balloon.
So change from a lady with carolers to a hot air balloon.
Yep.
So see, that's what it looks like when it's done. This was what they saw me carry out. I was like, ooh, look, isn't that pretty? So let's tentatively put this in. So again, this is temporary. I just happen to have a couple pieces of this laying around. So gaps and cracks, or get the really stiff styrofoam. I probably do gaps and cracks. I think it's less. And then you're just gonna take it and you're just gonna plop it just like so. You could take stuff, like you could put confetti around the bottom. You could take this stuff and add some of this. Although we kind of went Americana with this and not so much bright red, white, and blue. So I'm just going to add peat moss to this, which you can get at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to stuff this in the sides, just to kind of make that a little bit more stable. So I'm packing it in the side. So there we go. So I think the peat moss I got at Joann's. Glue that on top. You could spray paint it red, white, and blue. You could add raffia to the top. So there that. And then you're gonna wanna add some little, you wanna add a bow. You don't have to add a bow. Let's just throw this stuff back in there. So, bow, quick bow. Let's see, the ribbon that I like the best. I like the, what do you think, Steve? Stars and Stripes? Pick me two. Two. Is that your two?
I'd rather do that.
You wanted these two?
I'd rather do that.
No, I don't like that one. I have this one too. I have a navy. I think I'm gonna do it with a navy. So I'm gonna do navy with the Stars and Stripes. So we're just gonna do a little simple hand-tied bow. So we'll do our dovetail. I think I keep it right about 6 inches. And then just like 3-inch loop. 3-inch loop. Look. So we'll be dovetailing this. That was just extra. Okay, 6 inches. Loop. Twist. Loop. Twist. Kind of eyeball it. Want a piece of it. I don't even have, oh yeah, I do have my box out here. So we'll dovetail this one. I have a pipe cleaner here. I have a red one. I was looking for my chippy clip, so I'm going to use this one. Just to kind of hold it so I can get the other one.
Are you gonna put me with a little collar there?
Give me a second. Can't do multiple things at the same time. Gotta make the bow, and then I'll add the little streamer things to them. Yep. And it's up to you how you want to decorate. It's entirely up to you. 4 stars. So this is just our quick hand-tied double bow like what we did on the rail for Friday. So I'm going to take this one and add it to this one. Grab my red pipe cleaner. And I don't need a whole lot of pipe cleaner because we're going to cut it off. 2, 3. And then we'll just kind of hand fluff this. Just like that. Just because we have a red bucket, I thought if we added the blue, it would make for a nice contrast. So we'll take this, we'll add this, add this to my stick, fluff this out a bit. Turn off our pipe cleaner, and then I'll show you how to add in the streamers. So you can use 5/8" ribbon. You could use, like I get them at Dollar Tree or Michael's. This is 5/8" ribbon, so I'm going to do a black and white one too for Halloween. This one's Ghosts and Bats. But for this one, we're going to use a gingham and a navy. So it was easy doing it with the trick or treat one because I just kept 3 trick or treats and then I would add my pin to it. So this, let me see, did I keep the trick or treats ready out?
That's true, Cheryl. She said those would be cute as a hanging topiary or topiary ball.
Yeah, you could do a kissing bowl like that too for
with,
Christmas.
Fishing line or something.
Did I not keep the other one? Yes, that one. this tells me exactly how long. So when I said I had 3 trick-or-treats, it's exactly 6 inches. So we're going to do this. So I'm just kind of putting a little score on that, and then you're just going to take your pin, push it about halfway, find some random place on your ball, and you're just going to add these little pops of streamers. So I just have the blue, and then again, like I said, we have the gingham, and I got these, the blue from Michael's, and then this one was from Joann's. So I'm always in the Dollar Tree section scoring little small ribbons. These are great for the angel tree toppers. So I just kind of, I don't dovetail them. Let's do 6. Put them in about halfway through. And then again, just look for a random place. Kind of just push your pin in there. And then you just have these little streamers. Just like so. I'll add some more glue. What do you guys think? Super simple, super easy. So I just go around and I just, you could add, what do you call it? Like a mylar, a shiny mylar to it. So I'm just adding these just to various places around my topiary.
Yeah, she also said those 5/8 ribbons are always available on the clearance at end of seasons.
Yes.
Yeah, especially at Joann's and Michael's.
You can even get them sometimes on sale. They put them together in like little kits with a whole bunch of them, all like color coordinated. Like you could do this. This would be cute for farmhouse, and even do it in black and white. Just a whole bunch of different black and white colors.
Yeah, Edie said this is such a fun craft. Sandy said love it. Stormy said simple and cute.
Yeah.
She said love it, simple but creates a nice look. Yeah, it does.
It really does.
Stella said it's adorable. Well, I mean, it's such a fun little craft, pretty. Yeah.
Just super
Yeah, she said it's awesome. I'm going to get the supplies and make one this weekend.
Yeah, I literally just went to Hobby Lobby, walked down the spring section, grabbed a handful of pots, different colors, because like I said, they're all pre-painted, so you could get them in red, you could get them in black, you could get, you know, red could be perfect for Christmas, or you could get the ones at Dollar Tree. Let me just add one down in here. So, super simple. I'll add one more, and then I'm going to call it, but I know Dollar Tree has cute little buckets and pails. If you have chalk couture, you can do, you know, chalk couture transfers. You can even do chalk couture on the side of this and put Happy 4th of July, you know, or if you do
Mod Podge on the bucket.
Yep, most definitely. So it's just nice to add those little tree trimmer, whatever you want to call them. Needs one more.
Yeah, I think the Mod Podge would be really cool if you did it, and if you had pumpkins on it and like cut out the pumpkins.
Oh yeah, like how we did that last year. We Mod Podged the pumpkins. Yeah, you could do anything. See, you guys are already thinking outside of the box. So there you go. I think it needs a blue one right here. And then I swear, seriously, I'm stopping. It was so much fun to do the trick-or-treat one because it just worked out perfectly. And then the ribbons are amazing to just add just right exactly what you need. So this is how you fill those little spaces where maybe you might see a little bit of the ball showing through. But